Well, good evening. Our last stop on our Exploring tour of Oakridge and Westford today, and you can't end at a better place than the Lion Mountain Bakery. Every town needs a bakery, especially little towns in a tourist area that you can go to. And this is the Lion Mountain Bakery. They're in a kind of a combined space with other people, other businesses. And there she is. They have espresso, coffee, lunch. And you are?
I am Jackie Lamont, owner of Lion Mountain Bakery.
So Jackie is the lioness.
Yes, I am.
So can we go in your kitchen?
Absolutely.
Come here. Let's go, you guys.
Come
This
on.
is the best. Okay, so you're making bread.
Yep, we were making bread. That's for a start for some bread for tomorrow. We have brownies in the oven.
Oh, can we see?
Yes, you can see.
And this is, she only wants to be known as
This is
dishwasher.
Lucy the dishwasher.
There, she says, okay, yes.
Lucy.
Okay, so ready?
Here we've got brownies.
Look. Brownies,
Lucy.
fresh brownies in the oven.
Another 8 minutes, you'll have brownies. There'll be brownies. They'll be too warm to cut, but there'll be brownies.
So, how did this thing start? How did you get into?
How did I get into bakery?
Yeah, into baking.
I moved up to Oakridge, and I was working on the west side of Eugene, and decided Oakridge must need something that I could do. And so in a total act of insanity, I started a bakery.
So, because you work, I mean, you guys were in here at 5:30, yeah, 5:20. So you work, what's your hours like then?
I've been here almost 12 hours already.
And when will you be done?
Sometime after the brownies are done, and probably another hour or so.
And then what time do you come in here?
I'll be back tomorrow morning between 5:30 and 6.
And you open at what time?
8.
So what is it about baking and brownies and dough and bread and all that stuff?
It's about feeding people.
Is it?
It is. It's about sharing the food. That's what
That's your
it is.
thing. That's
It's
what
my
it
thing. It's my family's thing. It's just been, there was always an extra place at the table for anybody who came. There was always
So you really do that feed my sheep
something.
thing, don't you? Yeah, feed people.
I do.
It's kind of our job, isn't it?
People.
Yeah.
I do.
And you just happen to do it well.
Oh, thank you. I
Well,
do. I
everybody in
think so.
town talks about Lion Mountain Bakery.
Oh, thank you.
And that's, I mean, in a small town, you need a bakery like that.
I think so. Well, that's what I thought. So I started a bakery, and people started coming, and then we started doing things more than just baked goods, and now we do breakfasts and lunches. I do the hamburger buns that you eat up at the Blue Pub on First Street.
Oh, real? Okay.
Yeah. And we also do catering and special orders. I have a special order. I'm doing an anniversary dinner for somebody locally on Sunday from, start to finish, including breads.
So you also do lunch and dinner here.
Yep. Well, we do.
Breakfast and lunch.
Breakfast
excuse
and
me.
lunch, and we've done some specialty dinners. We did an Irish dinner in March. We did a sweethearts dinner in February, but it was like community sweethearts, so everybody. It was not just your special sweetheart.
You guys,
Sweethearts.
if you're watching this, you can come over here if you want to. My wife's here too, so she's a big baker. She loves food, just like me. So you guys, if you're watching, show us where you're from. I mean, I want to see the city that you're watching from, because I think sometimes it's so fun. There's people from Australia, people all over the world that are on this site, so it's pretty cool.
That is
so.
We've had visitors from all over the world because they come here to mountain bike in Oakridge.
So how has that changed? How has that made? That's a big deal for you in your business.
Yeah, it is. It is. The tourist season, the busy season is really April to October, and if there's a ski season, then we're really lucky. We get an extension there, but we're pretty busy usually April to
They're
October.
telling you where they're from.
Yeah, I see. Medford, California. I need that mug. I showed you mugs at the beginning.
We do sell our mugs.
And so in terms of an industry, because it's been tough for Oakridge over the last, you've been here a while.
I've been here a dozen years.
Yeah, and it's tough. That back 12 years ago was pretty tough. So is it better?
Is it better? I think it's better. It got better every year for me. And
I mean, we've been downtown today. You're the last show we're doing.
Right.
We were downtown seeing all the hope.
Yeah, I think Oakridge is changing. We're a changing community. I think there's a lot of people bringing really positive attitudes and spirit here. We've got lots of, more younger people moving here than before.
We were down in the city. One of your city councilors I think it's Josh. He's like 40 years old.
Right.
And I'm like, that is so refreshing to see younger people.
Right, getting involved. We have a lot of people doing that.
Get a
Makes a
voice.
difference.
So
Makes a
why
big
is it
difference.
important in a small town for people to have a voice?
Why? Well, because we are a community and we really depend on each other. And so, you know, if we all have a voice, then we get things done together.
What draws you here?
I grew up in New York. I raised my daughter in Chicago, and this is the best place I've ever lived. It's just sweet having so much community around. You know, there's a lot of positive spirit here.
So what is Oregon? A lot of these people don't live in Oregon. They live in other parts of the country, and they wish they lived in Oregon.
Oh, don't you wish? It's green 12 months of the year. It's temperate. Oakridge is, you know, kind of above the fog line, so we have mountains around us, and, you know, you can see snow-capped mountains and green forests, and it's just a beautiful spot. Oregon's just a beautiful spot in the Pacific Northwest.
And you're close to so many things, and the trail systems you're building, and the fishing, and West Fir is such a beautiful little town.
Oh, yeah. It's,
you know,
everything here is.
You need pictures. The After Heidi, when it's open, which we're going to get on it right before it closes.
Yes.
We're going to go on a bike ride tomorrow. That's where we brought our bikes.
Very good.
We're going to go up the After Heidi because it's going to be closing pretty soon. Oh, Janelle is from Minnesota.
Yay, Minnesota. My best friend back in Chicago was from Minnesota.
So we're at the Lion Mountain Bakery. When you do come to Oakridge or West Fir and you're looking for baked goods, the only fresh ones you're going to find are here.
We think so.
So thanks for having us in.
Oh,
I'm
thank
sorry
you
about the
both
mix-up
so
earlier.
much.
We've been running around. We messed up on a time, so we found some pretty. Sally's a riot.
Sally at Tire Dog Ranch is a total kick in the pants. She's fabulous, and if you get to stay there, that's a great time.
Yeah.
We catered a wedding out there, 2 weddings out there.
She said you do a lot of their catering and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're staying tonight at the West Fir Lodge, which we're excited with that,
Dawn's
over
a
with Dawn.
sweetheart.
She's wonderful. And then we'll probably be back because we talked to Sally and we think we're going to come back for a weekend. So
There you go.
we can have some fun.
Yay, well, do come for breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for letting us in. Thank you.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
okay, come here, hon. All right, you guys, so that's been our little tour of West Fir and Oakridge. You got to meet Eddie, the 94-year-old man who grew up here and has some very strong opinions, and will probably get us in trouble. You got to find bakeries, some nice places to stay. You find out about the trail systems and all this stuff going on. It was a great little trip.
And, you know, I think what I take away every time we go to a town like this is, like, you really get a sense, and I hope you guys are getting that just from, you know, being with us and going on this adventure with us. Is like you really get a sense of the community and the area just from going in these different little places, and each place has a different feel to it, but it's I don't know, I love that. I love because it's all about the people and obviously the environment and what they live by, but it's just an amazing experience. So I hope you guys are getting that too as you're watching.
I think the other cool thing, Mike, I agree. He says that Mike Clark. I think Kathy improves the quality of your videos. I think the other thing, what I see here is when you get into rural Oregon, rural places, and let's just talk about rural Oregon since we're that Oregon Live, is they understand that they need each other, I think, more than we do in the bigger towns. We do need each other in the bigger towns, but I think sometimes we get so busy and it's not as apparent.
Right.
And you come into a little place like this and you really see...
It's like you got to work together.
Yeah, and you got to get along,
done, so.
you know? And I think that's a really powerful thing that we can all learn from rural Oregon. So we're going to go to the West Fir Lodge, to our room, take a shower, get cleaned up, and go to the brewery and find some dinner and just enjoy our night. And tomorrow we're going to get up and we got our road bikes. We're going to go up the After Heidi and just up to the top to Box Canyon. It's about 35 miles up and back, and then 35 miles back, I think.
I think it's mostly downhill, though.
Yeah, mostly downhill. And then, you guys, if you want to pay attention, we're going to be, That Oregon Life is going to be live in Florence on Sunday. We're going to show you the Driftwood Shores Resort. They've asked us to come over and show them. And then we're going to be on my page. We're going to be with Travel Lane County on Rick Dancer Conversations with Travel Lane County. There's an outdoor soccer tournament on the beach out in front of Driftwood Shores. So they brought bulldozers out. They scraped the ground down, and they're going to have it's a real tournament, and it's going to be on the beach. So we'll be doing that at 11 o'clock on Rick Dancer Conversations, and then at 2 o'clock on That Oregon Life, we'll introduce you to Driftwood Shores, a really cool place on the Oregon coast where you can stay. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. Share this on your page. Thanks for being with us, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Bye-bye.
See ya.